Hey, hi. My name is Gordon. I'm from the Austin office. If you were here last year, you probably know me from the creepy montage that Britt did. So this is the super clickbaity title that I put in the sign-up form. The reality is that this is just stupid. What I really want to talk about is squatting. I'm super interested in trying to help people get comfortable in the gym, and I think that squatting is probably one of the best things you can do for your body. So I just kind of wanted to give a quick crash course in that. I have no idea how long this talk is. I'm very interested to find out. So why do I think squatting is super important? It is, despite the way it looks, it is a full body exercise. Obviously, you're going to use a lot of your legs and lower body because you have to stand stuff up. But your core has to be engaged, your shoulders have to be engaged, everything has to be engaged in order to keep the bar from knocking you over. It is also incredibly functional as a movement. We all stand up and sit down constantly, all day, every day. I guarantee you, most of you are horrible at it and don't even know. So if you learn to squat properly, it will help you learn to do those same movements without being under tension. And most importantly, you get to impress all your friends because squatting is one of the heavier exercises that you can do. The only one that you can probably lift more at is like a deadlift. So you get to talk about really big numbers, and really big numbers are fun to talk about. So, what do you need in order to squat? There are a few things that are required. I actually have props for this. There are a few, not for this part, my bad. I did not bring a barbell. There are a few things that are required to squat. The first thing is a barbell. This is that big, long metal tube that you put weights on the end of. They come in two basic sizes. You have 45-pound bars and 35-pound bars. Those are marketed towards men and women, which is kind of sexist, but you can also get lighter bars if you need them. I think they go down to 15 pounds. You also need weight to squat. It's going to be really hard to squat weight. If you do not have weight, this is the stuff that you load on the bar. They come in pound increments or kilo increments. Kilo increments would be 10, 15, 20, 25 kilos. Pound, you get 10 pound, 25 pound, 35 pound, 45 pound, like that. A question that I get asked a lot is, when you're talking about the amount of weight on the bar, what exactly are you talking about? You're talking about the weight on one side, or you're talking about the weight including the bar? The answer is it's the weight including the bar. So when you're talking about 400 pounds, you're talking about 400 pounds including the 45-pound bar, right? So there's math involved. Should appeal to Sid. So there are some things, this is what I have props for. There are some things that are optional. You don't need them to squat, but if you have them, they might make your life nicer. You can have a weight belt. This kind of goes around your midsection. They're super cheap. This costs $15. My coach uses this, and he's a nationally ranked weightlifter, so he can squat 600 pounds. So if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. They help you to stabilize your core. They help you to give you something to push into, which keeps your core stable, which prevents kind of bending your back and stuff like that. There's really no reason not to use them. You can also get knee sleeves. These are knee sleeves. These are mine. They're disgusting. They sit on your knee. They provide compression, which is good because it heats up your knee. They also provide a little bit of side-to-side stability. I have knee problems in my left knee specifically, and this makes it so that I can actually lift where I might not be able to if I was just trying to do it without it. And you can have lifting shoes. These are called lifters. These are made by Nike. They're super weird. They're super flat on the bottom, and they have this really raked heel. They have zero padding. A friend of mine ran a mile in these, and I think he had shin splints for a month. They're designed to put your foot in a position where your knee is going to track over your toes more, right? So you want to lift up your heel, and it gives your knee more mobility. These are expensive as hell. These are like 200 bucks. If you don't have these, the keys just don't lift in like tennis shoes, lift in socks or like Chuck Taylors or something like that. Just anything, you want a stable platform, that's the most important thing. There's one thing you really don't need, and that's those stupid bar pads that they have at every gym, the like foam thing that you put on the bar so that it doesn't like hurt your neck or whatever. You don't need it, don't use it. You'll get used to it, it's fine. So where do you go to squat? You go to a squat rack. Sounds like it makes sense. These are two different squat racks. The one on the left you can see has like, this is for in case you drop it, it won't hit the ground. This one does not have that, so you're kind of screwed if you drop it. Where do you not want to squat? You do not want to squat on a Smith machine. If you know what these are, they look like this. This is a dude doing really wacky squats on a Smith machine. These are bars, so like the weight slides up and down. It forces it into vertical movement. I challenge anybody to get into this position. You see where his butt is like 3 feet behind his ankles? Try to get into this position without leaning against something. It's impossible. Smith machines put your body into, or make it really easy to put your body into really unnatural positions. Unnatural positions lead to injuries. Not good. So, how do you lift? We're going to start from the ground and work our ways up. Foot position. You want your feet about shoulder width apart, and you want your toes mostly forward. You can angle them out if you need to. I angle mine out slightly. You just don't want to go all like weirdo Daffy Duck with it. Like, feet pointing in different directions. Your knees, I said this earlier, but you want your knees to track out. A lot of people think that it's not good if your knees go over your toes, but that's incorrect. You actually want your knee to travel over your toes. What you don't want is to have your knees angled in. It's going to put a lot of stress on the outside of your knee, cause you knee problems later on. You want your back straight and tight the whole time. And the critical thing to remember is to never change your angle. So as you go down, your back stays. As you go up, your back stays. You never do any of this crap. You just stay very straight, vertical, up and down. This is one that a lot of people miss. Your head and eyes forward all the time. Pick a spot on the wall, stare at it, move, don't move your head. Your body follows your head at all times. So if you look down, you're going to end up in one of these back bend situations. You're going to try to pick up weight that way. It's not good. If you look up, you're going to be angled back that way. So pick a spot on the wall, move up and down with it. Bar position. You want your bar position over your shoulders. You want to like pinch your shoulders back, and you don't want the weight on your neck, but you want to kind of rest it across your traps, which is like a good excuse to try to build up your traps. And finally, the grip. You want to kind of grip just outside of shoulder width. You want to keep your full grip on the bar. You don't want to have any looseness in your grip, and you want to keep your elbows back. That's going to pull the bar into your shoulders. So, now we're ready. So this is a video from me at the gym. So you can see the first thing you want to do is take a deep breath. You want to control the descent. You don't want to crash in the bottom of the squat. You do want to go beyond parallel. A lot of people think you shouldn't. You absolutely should. That's going to promote joint mobility in your hips. You want to maintain your back angle. I lose it a little bit here. It's a fairly heavy lift. And you want the bar path to stay as vertical as possible. And that is it. That is how you squat. What?